1 week and 4 days out from the Ultramarathon. I have been struggling to work out how I feel at this point. I've been thinking about how I want to approach this final week or two in terms of training, in terms of mindset. Today and yesterday in particular, my mood has seemed at an all-time low, and I've thought about the reasons why that might be. And also quickly, just because I always forget to do this, like, subscribe, continue enjoying the content. Thank you. Yesterday I went for a run. I did an upper body session which felt great, and then I went for a run and I went to stretch and I felt my groin go, and it was fine. It just kind of like tweaked, and it was one of those niggly things that kind of stuck with me for a little bit, but that feels fine now. And then today I did a leg workout, did deadlifts. I was lifting slightly less than I usually do, and I felt like a huge amount of tightness in my right hamstring. So I stopped and I pulled some of the weight off and did some like lighter weighted deadlifts. And then doing sandbag lunges, I felt something in my ankle. Oh, it's the kind of thing that I would think, okay, maybe overtraining, maybe my body's not dealing with the load, but I haven't really been doing a lot of strength training, and I haven't been doing loads of running. I've had a couple of days off because we went to Spain, and I did running back to back for the first 4 days. I'm in Galicia, in Spain, and we're here visiting my oldest and best friend, who has set up a wonderful life out here with his wife. Because of our age now, we've been friends for probably 30 years, and we're doing a half marathon now up this absolutely disgusting hill. Got on, Pluma. And then I had 3 days off. So in theory, I should be all good to go. I think maybe I'm getting a bit excited. I'm not listening to my body and just calm myself down a little bit. Because as I'm looking at my watch and it's saying 3 weeks and 2 days to go until the Ultramarathon. 3 weeks and 2 days. In 3 weeks and 2 days time, I'm going to be at the start line and I've got to run 50 miles. Okay, that's fine. This is good. This is what I signed up for. Oh boy, I need to go for a run. I've got a run to do. I'm running a distance that I've never done before. We're filming it and I'm documenting the journey, which makes me feel like I'm putting it on this sort of pedestal where it's a distance that people have covered. I'm not going into an uncharted ground in an athletic sense. Part of me thinks, why am I documenting this? Why do I feel I have the right to do that? It's moments like this that I think is really important for me and for anybody who's sharing their journey to remember the reasons why they're doing it. It's not the outcome of doing a 50-mile ultramarathon that's gonna be worth the storytelling. It's the reasons why it's a challenge for me. It's the reasons for why I've decided to go on this journey. For those reasons alone, it's worth sharing. Because somebody else might be in this position where they're deciding that they want to try and do an incredibly difficult endurance event, or start a business, or get into strength training, or go to the gym, or start running. And maybe this story will help someone else make those steps, will give people encouragement to take on their own challenges and try. You don't have to be an elite athlete to train like one. And you don't have to be an elite athlete to have the mindset that you want to challenge yourself and be the best version of yourself. Final long run of the prep, and I'm actually a little bit nervous. That's the key. I've only got 2 weeks now until 50 miles, so I just want to make sure that I'm not pushing too hard, because if I push too hard now, I don't really have that time to recover. So while it's important to get in a long run now, it's more important that I stay on top of my fatigue levels. So 50k, pulling it down to 42 if I need to, pulling it down to a half marathon or 30k. I can literally pull out of this run wherever I go, because I'm going to come out of my house, I'm going to do a half marathon loop up on the downs there. I'm going to come back past my house at the half marathon mark and go the other way up the downs. And then I'm going to come back, and that'll be just under the marathon mark, past my house again, to do a 10k or a 12k or however long it is on the other direction. So we have options, and I've manufactured it that way. So that's the plan. I also think I'm worrying about the outcome. Like, what if I have built this story up in my own head and I don't actually get to the finish line? What would that mean? Is that a big deal? And I think I've come to the conclusion that while it's not a big deal, it means an enormous amount to me. And in my mind, the outcome of not making it would be so disappointing that it's already disappointed me at this stage, which is such a toxic way of thinking. It's like having a friend who is constantly telling you, yeah, what if you don't get it though? Like, what if you don't make it? I'm not sure you have what it takes to do it, so why are you kind of trying? Imagine if you had a friend or a family member who was telling you these things. What would your reaction be to them? Would you want to be around them? The answer is no. And yet I find I tell myself those very things a lot of the time. I'm sure a lot of you watching have the same issues. It's that self-doubt, it's that imposter syndrome, it's that meaning of worth. 6k in out of 50. I'm feeling really good. I've got tape on my calf because I've got a strain there, so I'm being very careful with that. My pace is around 6-minute kilometers, and my heart rate is fluctuating between 122 and 134 or 5 or something like that. But most is staying around 125, 126, which is perfect. So why do we allow ourselves to be so cruel in our own minds? Why do we sit in this ball of negativity and attack ourselves before we've even attempted something? You wouldn't allow your friends and family to do it to you, so why would you let it do it to yourself? You wouldn't allow your friends and family to talk to you like that, so why do you allow yourself to give you that same negativity? I think those thoughts are in people's heads a lot, and I don't think just because you have those thoughts it means that you have a negative mindset. I think it's how you deal with those thoughts and how you process those thoughts is where your character truly shines through. Yes, you might have this voice that's telling you that you're attempting something that is pointless, or that you're not the person who should be doing an ultramarathon. But then what is your reaction to that? How do you react? What's your counter argument to that? That's more important than having those thoughts in your head that just squashes self-belief. Pretty tired, but that's to be expected. But in terms of my body, my joints, my legs, my muscles, everything is feeling pretty great. It's time to lay out some facts for myself. A week and 4 days until I am at the start line of a 50-mile ultramarathon. Do I feel I've done everything I can over the course of these 5 or 6 months that I've been thinking about doing an ultramarathon and attempting to train for one? I've put myself in incredibly uncomfortable situations physically that have tested me, that have challenged me, made me feel amazing, made me feel pretty crap, and everything in between. I'm not sure I could have pushed harder than I have. I've got some great people in my corner who have guided me through this whole process and really made it possible for me to push at the right times and pull back at the right times, which if I hadn't had the people I've been talking about, I would have just kept pushing and pushing until my body gave way, and then an injury would have occurred. I've been running a lot, I've been strength training. On Friday I did what I considered my last really long training run, which was 50k, and my body felt good. I got through it, my mind was in the bin in the last 10k, my legs were tired, but it was 50k. I think I should have been feeling tired, especially because I was putting in a good bit of effort. So with that in mind, post-run, no injuries, no delayed fatigue, all my joints, my body all feel good. My energy levels are low, but that's because I've been training really hard, and now we're in taper. So I've got this week, I'm going to continue to train at lower levels. I'm going to continue to run, but probably keep it at 10Ks and keep the pace slow. And I'm going to slowly pull that running load down. I'm sat here now, under 2 weeks away from the ultramarathon, feeling pretty assured that I've done everything that I can do. The outcome has almost already been determined in my mind. Now it's just a case of making sure I don't overtrain in this taper period, and I allow my body to recover fully from the training that I've been doing over the last few months, and just get myself mentally and physically prepared with recovery, rest, nutrition, and just getting my mind in a place where I feel really positive about everything. Keeping at bay those thoughts of imposter syndrome, of self-doubt, bringing in the thoughts of, this is my story, it'll be the furthest I've ever run in my entire life. For me, it's going to be an incredible achievement just to get to the finish line.